Now more on GMH. The hospital is past due on many of its accounts, and last week the governor declared a state of emergency. But where is the help coming from? Chris Unpinko heads into the crisis zone to see what is next for Guam Memorial.
Usually when most people have a medical emergency, they just go to the hospital. But where does the hospital go when it has an emergency? This past Wednesday, Governor Felix Camacho declared Guam Memorial Hospital to be in a state of emergency. The emergency, roughly $22 million in unpaid expenses. The situation has gotten so bad that some vendors have suspended services until payments received.
The total accounts payable balance is 22, but that includes payments to vendors as well as utility bills, payments to doctors, things like that. So the amount we actually owe to our vendors, including dietary vendors, right now is 14.5.
Hospital officials told Newswatch that the governor's office has been well aware of the situation the entire time, as they maintain constant communication with the hospital staff. So why did Governor Camacho wait so long before declaring the state of emergency? We were unable to get a response to this question from the governor's office. However, the hospital was recently thrown a lifeline. After Governor Camacho declared the state of emergency, the Department of Interior approved for the hospital to use $1 million of its Compact Impact funding to cover enough costs for now to keep the hospital afloat.
This weekend, DOI gave us the green light to use those funds to make purchases of new medications and supplies for the hospital. The money won't be used to pay the old debts that we already owe, but it's just to make new orders to keep the hospital operational.
Without adequate funding, the hospital has had to make do with supply shortages. Murphy told us that there have even been cases where medications such as Demerol and morphine have not been available, so similar medication has been used as a substitute. I'm here in GMH's warehouse. The pallet I'm standing on is completely empty when normally it'd be fully stocked with supplies. GMH has been having an increasingly difficult time paying vendors, and as a result, it's been harder and harder to keep the much needed supplies in their warehouse shelves. While this $1 million may help things for now, the bigger picture is that this is just a small band-aid on a more serious injury. Hospital officials told Newswatch that there is some relief on the horizon. The legislature recently approved Bill 479 to allow the hospital to enter into a direct loan of up to $25 million. The bottom line is that the hospital is in dire need of some intensive care. Right now, local leaders and hospital officials are trying frantically to keep the hospital alive and stable. Keep me a local for Guam Newswatch. I'm Chris Pinko.
Thanks, Chris. The hospital has been cracking down on delinquent accounts, trying to collect some $17 million from patients who have not paid their bills. But they've not been very successful, with an overall collection rate of just 50 cents to the dollar that's billed.